Just a little PSA. Nobody can disprove that you weren't a manager at like a Radio Shack or a Toys R Us. So go ahead and lie on that resume, honey. Also, if you understood those references, it's time for Gen X. Come on. Have y'all ever suffered emotional damage in the form of somebody asking for your ID and you're like, oh my gosh, she thinks I look so young. And you proceed to hand them the ID and they just glance at it and you're like, oh, did you not see? And they're like, I saw the 1900s. That's when you were born, in the 1900s. Emotional damage. And it may be just me, but I think I would have watched the Olympics if the last competition, right, I think that it should have been all the winners should have to compete in a huge, fierce game of dodgeball. And then we have one ultimate champion. I would have watched it. I maybe would have tried to sponsor it if I could. I would have watched that. I'm so sick of this heat, by the way. I'm ready for winter. I'm ready to be bitching about how cold it is. But do y'all remember snow days, the coveted snow days when we were little? Honey, we were like, what? We're out of school on a Tuesday? Shut the front door. Before you ran out the door, maybe you may have been upper middle class if you had mitts and actual gloves to wear. I didn't have all that. No, we would put old socks on our hands. You know what I'm talking about? And then if your mom and them didn't want your shoes getting all soaked so you get the pneumonias and, you know, hypothermia out there playing in the snow because your ass wasn't finna come in at all, they would put bread sacks over your shoes to go out and play. Did you have that? Did you have that to where your fingers were absolutely numb and turning purple? And they're like, you need to come in and warm up. And you're like, I'm not even cold. Yeah, we had that. And also, I don't know, you know, y'all need to let me know if they still do this. But remember when you went in school and you walked into that classroom and you'd see a projector or the TV they done rolled in there on that TV stand? Shut the front door, best day of my life. You're like, what? We're fixing to watch TV in the classroom? I don't care what you put on there. You turn these lights down dim and it's a movie. Best day ever. That's the only time that I sat silently in my seat. Only time. Do y'all remember getting your books in school and the first thing you did, honey, was went to see who had that book before you and who had it before them? Y'all remember that? And then you'd flip through the book because they done probably drew in it, wrote something nasty in it, you know what I'm saying? So you got to flip through the book to get caught up on the book's history. You know what I'm talking about? You got to find all the little pages where all little things were written. It happened. And last but not least, real quick, how many of y'all's feet probably still got scars on them from one or two things? Either number one, your grandma or mama or auntie or maybe in your own house something had those plastic like carpet protector things, and if that sucker messed around and got flipped up to where them little teeth was sticking up and you stepped on that sucker, absolutely not. Worst pain of your life. And that pain only compares to the second pain that would hurt your feet. Probably at your grandma and mama's house. For me, it was our aunt's house. That heater on the floor, that big grate heater on the floor, how absolutely dangerous is that looking back on it right now? It's literally the floor was lava. And you stepped on that sucker, you mess around and stepped on it, third degree burns. Third degree burns, you wanted to chop your whole foot off. And we would play games. We would jump back and forth across that thing, risking our entire life, because what if we tripped and fell, my face landed on that thing? But you didn't care. And nowadays, you got, you know, athletes out here taking a knee. And look, I'm not trying to get political. Do whatever you want to do. Live your life. It ain't none of my damn business what you're doing over there. However, when I was little, we was little, an athlete taking a knee meant something else. Because y'all remember Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding? She wanted all the smoke, honey. She wanted all the smoke. She took it straight to her kneecap. Straight to her kneecap. She didn't give a shit. And then we saw Nancy Kerrigan's face. Like her whole life was gone, because it took her straight out the game. But then Tanya's over there like, bitch. Wild. Y'all be good.